With the Truth Wagner with you. Back at it again here with the post-game press conferences in the late window here, week 8 of the slate here on Sunday. The Denver Broncos all over the Carolina Panthers. Best game in the young career of first-round rookie quarterback Bo Nix. Finishing 28 of 37, 284 yards passing, 3 passing scores. Cortland Sutton, the main target, 8 grabs, 100 yards. And what'll be a big win for the Broncos. Denver hanging around in the AFC wildcard and in the AFC West Division. Look out, friends. The Denver Broncos 5-3 on the year. Other games going on in the middle window here. And it continues with AFC West domination. Harbaugh and the Chargers. A win at home over the New Orleans Saints. That finals 26-8. The losing streak for the Saints continues. The losing streak is up to 6 games in a row now. After this 18-point defeat, best game of the year for Justin Herbert. 20 of 32, 279 yards, 2 touchdowns. And a career day for the second-round rookie receiver out of Georgia, Ladd McConkey. He caught 6 balls, 111 yards. 2 of them for scores. So the Chargers at 4-3, they're a half a game behind Denver. And then Hollywood, was there any doubt? Was there any doubt that the Chiefs would win? Was there?
Well, they were losing for a bit in the first half, I think.
But at the end, there wasn't any doubt. Mahomes, Kelsey, Andy Reid, Kansas City winning 27-20 over Vegas and getting to 7-0 on the year. A season high 10 catches in this game for Travis Kelsey. 10 receptions, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
It's his first touchdown of the season, too, Kelsey.
How about that? Took to week 7 for Kelsey to get his first score of the year. I bet the Swifties are loving that. They got in the end zone today. Patrick Mahomes finishing with 262 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt, his resurgence from the dead continues. Another rushing touchdown for him. And the main game, friends, the Nance Romo game between Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. The top 2 picks in this year's draft, both at the quarterback position. You would think that it would be a game dominated by the rookie quarterbacks. Nope. Defensive struggle. Late in the fourth quarter, Washington clinging to a 5-point lead at 12-7. And we'll see if Caleb Williams can lead Chicago here to a last-minute victory on the road. But we'll make sure you get post-game press conferences from all of these various games here. And then tonight for Sunday Night Football, Dallas and San Francisco. And then we'll be live tomorrow night on the main channel for Steelers and the Giants. Week 8 already. We're busting right on through the door. On our way to the NFL's halfway point and onward here in the Truth Series.